if you think about it from a financial point of view, this is one of my left-wing friends said this, that she had a conversation with her other progressive friends. And she said, oh, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but she said that they were talking and said, like, in this financial situation, who would you want other than Donald Trump to manage us through this crisis? Because he's been through so many personal bankruptcies. He has all this experience.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So we've gone from, because I remember 4 or 5 years ago when I was talking about his bankruptcies with you, you were like, oh, those bankruptcies are just in paper. You know, he's a great billionaire. And now your pitch is, oh no, we have the expert in bankruptcies.
No, guys. So he managed to, deal with the banks. He managed to, deal with restructuring and layoffs that he had. I mean, he got through at least 2 bankruptcies, right? Mm-hmm. So think about the U.S. right now. I mean, is in deep financial problem. There's a huge budget deficit. Who better than Donald Trump to lead us? To be honest, I can't think of someone with better experience.
So what's he going to do? Like call up Deutsche Bank and do one of those like sleazy deals? I don't think you can do that when you're a country. I mean, I would.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Come on, you know that.
Okay, here's what I
debt forgiveness, restructurings.
Here's what I would argue: as the most powerful and crucial country in the world, and the most important economy in the world, I don't think we're going to have a problem around debt forgiveness. Like that's the last. We are by definition too big to fail. However, I do think a leader that can help us restart the economy and grow the economy and empower people and get businesses confident again, that's a very different set of skills than having the Taj Mahal go bankrupt in Atlantic City and tell your vendors you're not going to pay them anymore. Like he would actually, I think the skill set of basically telling all your debtors, all your creditors that you're not going to pay them. That's yes, I agree. He has that skill.
Take a haircut, restructure the timeline and all that.
Right.
Cut expenses. I'm sure he knows how to cut expenses. Right.
Well, he hasn't done that because our deficit is a record high now. It's $1 trillion.
Yeah, because we have to do all the stimulus too, right?
This is before COVID. We had record more of a annual debt increase than under Obama.
My God, I can't even imagine what's going to happen right now. We just spent $2.2 trillion,
and it's gone like that. But good thing 50 billion went to the airlines. Like, why didn't it go to the employees? Why didn't it go to the citizens?
Oh my God. Why do we even need to? Do we need all these airlines? I mean, like even if we just let them go bankrupt and someone else, some private equity firm will buy the assets and rehire everyone. So basically, you're just protecting the shareholders. You should screw the shareholders, wipe out the shareholders.
Well, I think you're making actually a sound conservative argument, but we don't have a conservative president. Like what he did for the airlines is corporate socialism.
Oh my God.
If I, as a man has a big part of me is libertarian, I would say, you know what? Sorry, United Airlines. Like, if nobody wants your service, like
nobody wants it.
That's life in the big city.
Yeah,
and rather than having all of these elaborate rules for who gets aid and who doesn't get aid, and this huge government bureaucracy is going to develop this new job training program and all this shit, they should just give that money directly to the hands of the people and let the market decide.
They should have given $50 billion, not given, but given it to Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, manage it on behalf of the U.S. He would have distributed to the airlines and gotten warrants and pieces back. Did we get any warrants? Did the U.S. government get any warrants on these?
No.
Any upside? Oh my God.
No, and then there's very little oversight too.
Oh my God. No, seriously, like why didn't they just go to freaking Warren Buffett and say, here's $50 billion that we're going to allocate for the airlines. Can you manage it for us? And I'm sure
that's way too much money in one's private citizen's hands. I'd rather take that $2 trillion. If you run the numbers, you could have given every American adult $1,000 a month for 10 months. That would do more than whatever the fuck they're doing now. I don't know. Like some people got their checks. It's one check. It's one fucking check.
And
where's
now,
the
now
other?
it's April.
Where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
It's like where's the rest? So anyway,
so yeah,
but you're happy.
Gonna be,
you're happy with this president.
I am happy with the president. I mean, there's things that I would have done differently for that stimulus program or that CARES Act. You know, I don't think it's properly managed. Like, honestly, I'm not a big fan of UBI. Okay, and maybe I'm gonna regret saying this, but maybe you're right. Like, maybe it would have been better off doing it your way, like 10 months of $1,000 to everyone, just give it out, rather than I don't want to bail out companies that don't need, that no one's asking for their service. Who wants to fly right now? No one's going to fly right now.
And why should a bunch of government bureaucrats decide what industries are worth saving?
It's crazy.
Like, isn't that the opposite of capitalism? So now they're saying, well, we're going to have a farm recovery bill. Okay. Who's going to decide? Is it going to be the big agribusinesses, the small farmers? Like, what are going to be the rules? How much are they going to get? How are they going to determine it? It's all of this opportunity for inefficiency at a minimum, but maybe even corruption. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, the United Airlines shareholders got bailed out, but I don't even know if the United Airlines employees are going to benefit. They're still going to get fired.
Yeah, I mean, I think the rationale behind bailing out those type of companies is that, you know, with the hope, or do they have to keep them on the payroll? No, they furloughed. I mean, also,
no, I mean,
like a lot of these retail stores, like department stores, are going to go bankrupt. They should just let them go. You know, I mean, you know, like people are comfortable doing, everything's been moving online anyways. I mean, bricks and mortar is disappearing. I mean, they got to just stop supporting stuff that's not going to work anyways. Like, this is a big wake up call. I mean, it's kind of a big, you know, it's fast tracking what was going to happen 10, 20 years, but happening all in 1 year.
Yes. And so with all of that said, what would you say is Trump's plan to solve this? So we've got he's going to build a wall so to keep the Mexicans out. He's going to make them pay for it. And then we're supposed to get health care for everyone, but cheaper and better than Obamacare. We're supposed to eliminate the national debt and have record economic growth. Those were the promises.
Oh, you like to remember all that stuff. I remember we had those talks.
I do remember it, right? And you said, oh, wait till you see it. Thank God we don't have Obama anymore. I don't know, man. I don't feel like he's really got a plan or equipped to deal with. I mean, it's a big job right now. It was always a big job, but this is like the hardest job ever. Now, for some in the audience who are pro-Yang, but also former Trump voters, I know what they're thinking. They're saying, Tom, but look at Biden.
Yeah, Biden. I was going to say Biden's a complete idiot. He's an idiot. Dude, oh my God!
So this is the state of the country. We're choosing between
He's
two old
stumbles,
dudes.
gets shit wrong, like you know.
Okay, which would you rather have? Someone who stutters and is a little bit shaky, or someone who lies repeatedly?
Well, obviously, I supported Donald Trump before, so.
So you're just going to go with the team again?
I'm trying to figure out how I can volunteer. But